Greetings, marketing, sales, and service students. It's me, Mr. Cheney, with another brilliant lecture in the marketing world. So yesterday I introduced to you the project-based learning project that we'll be doing for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And it all has to do with the promotion, advertising, and selling of our Bullard Brew Coffee, a collaboration with Lana Coffee. So the summary basically is we're going to go through some chapters that have to do with promotion itself. Advertising is the next chapter that's within the promotion world. And then we're going to go through some selling techniques so that we can take our wonderful coffee and really sell it. So our entry or engagement event is the field trip to Lana Coffee next Tuesday. 12 of you will be going with us to that to kick off this project. And so now let's get into the chapter portion of it. We're going to start with chapter 15 in the textbook, and that's the promotion part. We're at page 419. And we're going to go through promotion as a form of communication, then types of promotion, and then how the promotional plan works. So I'll get that slide deck up and we'll get started. Okay, so going into section 15.1, we're going to go and identify the promotion function as part of the marketing mix. We're going to identify the 8 elements of the communication process. We're going to explain the 3 roles of promotion and marketing. And we're going to identify the 2 types of communication that are important to marketers. So, promotion is the marketing mix. The definition of the word promotion is this: any form of communication that a company uses to inform, persuade, or remind consumers about its products, services, or even itself. So in this instance, we have a Bullard Brew print advertisement from last year, and it falls under one of these categories since it says coming soon, and I don't see a price or really a call to action other than that. This falls under the inform category. So this is a type of promotion to inform people of a new product. Just as a reminder, this is part of the marketing mix we learned earlier in chapter 4. Marketing mix was the 4 P's, so price, product, distribution, or place, that's the P part, and then promotion is what we'll be talking about right now. So this question right here is what you'll be answering. What is promotion? Okay, moving on. Promotion is a form of communication, so we have something called the communication process, and we saw this a little bit before we did our precision exam for the month before the fundamentals of marketing. And it's basically the transfer of a message from a sender to a receiver. So the whole chain of command here is you've got your sender, which is the who, and the what is the message part, and in this case it's clothing sales. So we'll encode that, and the encoding part is there's going to be a choice for a message channel, so that's the how. And so in this case it's a billboard, and we're trying to get that billboard in front of a receiver of some sort. So the receiver is our customer. They will decode that information on the billboard about our clothing sale, and hopefully the feedback that we get, the best feedback that you can get from a customer, is that you are getting a purchase. So sender, message, and then encoding. These are all functions of the communication process. These are snippets from the text. I won't read these word for word, but these are the details of what the sender, the message, and the encoding part is. Part of the message channel is we can go with media, which is the method by which the message travels. You can call that the message channel, so there's some definitions in there. And then you've got the vehicle, which is the specific broadcast or print choice associated with the messaging channel. The receiver part, easy one, the person or persons to whom the message is directed, or any person who understands the message that is sent. And then the decoding process is when the receiver interprets the transmitted language and symbols to comprehend the original message. Noise can be any distracting information in the transmission, the message channel, or the receiver's environment that may inhibit or distract from the message. And then feedback, the receiver's response to the message. And these are, again, snippets directly from the textbook. So our question will have something to do with the 8 elements of the marketing communication process. So moving on. the life cycle of the purpose in advertising. So we've seen these three words before, so this is just some more detailed information. Inform means to make somebody aware. Persuade is to convince somebody of something, so a sale in this case, and then remind is to cause somebody to remember, which are the three roles in marketing. Two types of communication. Interpersonal is a person-to-person exchange. So the example I used yesterday in class was like the Girl Scout cookies. They come to your door, they have a product, you were talking one-on-one, and there's an exchange of product and money. Or there's mass communication, an attempt to reach a wide audience through mass media like radio, television, magazine, newspapers, and the internet. Okay, and our question will have something to do with those types of communication right there. And now we're on to 15.2. So we're going to go and explain the advantages and disadvantages of advertising as a type of promotion, describe the ways public relations can be used to generate publicity, identify the benefits and drawbacks of using personal selling to promote a product or service, and then again the advantages or disadvantages of short-term incentives as sales promotions. Okay, so the definition of advertising: any form of paid, keyword paid, non-personal communication that uses mass media to deliver a marketer's message to an audience. And the types of advertising, at least common types, are the broadcast media. We have print advertisement. We have direct mail. We have outdoor advertising like billboards or benches or buses. We have ambient advertising, so that would be something like a sticker on a banana or chalk on a sidewalk. And then you've got internet advertising, which would include the social media aspect. So here, directly from the textbook, you can find the advantages of this type of advertising and the disadvantages right here. So if you don't want to read this part, you can read it in the textbook so that you can answer the question related to the advantages and disadvantages of advertising as a type of promotion. So now let's talk about publicity. So this is any non-paid dimension of a product. So that's the key difference. Publicity is non-paid mention of a product, service, company, or cause. So the example I used was a celebrity like at the Emmys, and they mentioned a Coke, the beverage, and they weren't paid to do that, but it just happened to be in their speech. So that would be publicity. Public relations is the effort to reach consumers by generating positive publicity. So now, advantages versus disadvantages of public relations. You can go to the textbook, pages 428, 429, so that you can answer the question about advantages and disadvantages. Talking about personal selling, that is person-to-person communication with a potential customer to inform, persuade, or remind the customer to purchase an organization's product or service. So the example with the Girl Scout cookies, they are definitely there to persuade you to purchase the cookies. It's not a difficult persuasion if you like their cookies, but sometimes it is. But that's a personal selling situation. Now, advantages and disadvantages of that can be found on textbook, page 430. Okay, sales promotion, any activity or material that offers consumers a direct incentive to buy a product or service. So sales promotion could be a coupon, it could be a time frame. There's lots of different types of ways to do a sales promotion. And to find the advantages and disadvantages of that, you can find those on pages 431 and 432 to answer the question about sales promotion. Okay, now we're on to 15.3. We're going to explain the 5 major factors that affect the promotional mix, and then we're going to describe the 7 steps in the promotional planning process. Okay, so the promotional mix definition: combination of advertising, public relations, personal selling, and sales promotion that marketers use to reach a target market. So it's a combination of using all these tools. A lot of times it's not just one. So in that mix, we're talking about promotional objective, target market, the marketing mix, the 4 Ps, company philosophy, and then the resources you have to take advantage of those promotional mixes. Okay, so here is the balance of promotion. You've got price, product, distribution. That was like the 4 Ps. But then you've got to balance that with your target market, the objective that you have, company philosophy, and the resources. Okay, so and then we'll have this question about the 5 major factors that affect marketers' choices. Okay, promotional planning, definition, the blueprint for how the elements of the promotional mix will work together to deliver a consistent message. So you can, from the bottom to the top of the stairs, you have research and analyze market, select target market, identify objectives, set your budget, develop the promotional mix, implement those plans, and then you evaluate the results later to see if they worked. Okay, so that's just the same thing that we just went through right there. And you have a question related to the 7 steps in the promotional planning process, and that is chapter 15. So use the textbook. You have your paper copies there. I've got my digital copy here. This is actually something I can share, I believe, which I might. Answering the questions in between all of those chapter sections will help you study for the precision exam while at the same time getting us ready for our project-based learning project with Lana Coffee. Thank you very much. Next step, next chapter is chapter 16. I'll see you there.